Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, every great millstone who do rule well and teach well. Shalom to the whole elect and your Achaman, your brothers pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure, man. Hey, shalom, shalom. Now, this is a video that the brother had, sent me. When they shall say peace and safety. He said, let's sit down, but the brother had made his own lesson. I just told him I'll go ahead and make a land back. And I'm gonna let this play out because, this is, a beautiful thing that's happening. You got Circle K Fuel Day coming, which is gonna put a lot of you Jakes back to sleep. Not realizing everything that's really happening across the world right now that's getting ready to lead into Jacob's trouble, man. Into shit hitting the fan. Right? And this is a strategic thing that in ancient Rome they did. This is I'm just getting this precept real quick. This is a common thing that they did in ancient Rome, in the Roman Empire, when Rome was going down, and it was getting ready to fall off economically. What the king would do, he would build more circuses, he would build more coliseums, he would build more things for entertainment to keep Jake, and really just their people, the nation asleep, right? Not realizing that, hey, America's getting ready to go into World War III. America's getting ready, to have the worst, economic, crash, ever. The dollar's getting ready to lose its power. These nations are getting ready, to attack America at any given moment, But the thing is the president, what he would do is he would build more entertainment. Okay, so I'm gonna let this play out. And then I'm going to get a precept just to back up, the brother right here, when they shall say peace and safety. That's in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter.
For those needing to fuel up, this is a great deal on the way. Tomorrow is Circle K's Fuel Day. So between 4 and 7 p.m., all Circle K locations across the country will be offering up to 40 cents off per gallon. Rewards members can get the deal early, starting at 7 a.m. In honor of Memorial Day. Circle K is donating 10% of its profits to the Children of Fallen Patriots Foundation. For those needing to fuel up this.
So you see, this is going to be, a good talking point for these 2/3. Man, America ain't going down. Look, we just got a fuel day. There's going to be a good talking point to, for these 2/3 to go ahead and tell you in the book of Ezekiel 12 chapter. And that's not going to happen in our lifetime, man. That's going to happen in the time of our kids. Or, kids. All right? But the thing is what? Second Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And this is what Jake is going to, think when they see things like this. And it's really just Esau, Edom, putting you Jakes back to sleep, man. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And when you go into a lot of things that have been happening across the globe, you've been having earthquakes at a, higher level. You've been having, weird weather patterns. You have, me and the brothers made a lesson going into these tornadoes. Let me see if I can go down and find it real quick. But there it is. I remember where it's at, right here.
Just moments ago, the U.S. government announced that America will have an above-average hurricane season. We are expecting 13 to 19 named storms.
13 to 19 named storms. So you see, all while they're telling you and feeding you things of, $40, 40 cents off of gas. Things are looking better.
For those needing...
So whole time, what? It says, they shall think themselves to be in a good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And this is exactly why the brother had quoted that precept in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. And you know what? I'll get in the NIV. Now, brothers, verse 1, and sisters, about times and dates we do not need to write unto you. For you know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, so that day so that this day should surprise you like a thief. You are all the children of light and the children of the day. We do not belong to the night or to the darkness. So then let us not be like the others who are asleep, but let us be awake and sober. For those who sleep, sleep at night, and those who get drunk at night. But since we belong to the day, let us be sober, putting on faith and love as a breastplate, and the hope of salvation as a helmet. You see? So man, we're really more locked in on the spirit. When it means to be sober, it doesn't necessarily mean to, not be drinking, which, it's also a good thing. You don't gotta be drinking every fucking day, but it means to be, spiritually sober, man. Not following after the ways of the world, these other gods, these different, philosophies, these other ways of living. No, it means to be, sober in the sense of, you're in the spirit. You're not drunk with these different philosophies and ways of life, man. You're focused and locked in on what? The kingdom. So, we have to what? Warn you, Jakes, and tell you, brothers, that, hey, the Lord's getting ready to return and things aren't going to be bright. Jacob Strobel's getting ready to crack. The dollar is going to crash. Hey, it's gonna be all hell breaking loose out here, man. So, we're not out here, feeding you lies. We're not out here telling you that things are gonna get better. No, we're actually showing you, that the thief is on his way. And us Ike, man, we see it, but you Jakes in the world, this is all you see.
To fuel up.
Fuel day, you see Trump saying things are getting better. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna improve America, Babylon the Great. That's what you Jakes are seeing. What we're seeing is what the prophecies. We're seeing war happening in the Middle East. We're seeing, Israel getting ready to bring America out to war, which is according to the scriptures, man. We're seeing the charagma, the dollar collapsing, then bringing the, the mark of the beast, that RFID chip, merging, man with machine. We're seeing, this is what we're focused on. And we're letting you Jakes know that don't get blinded by these different tactics that Esau Edom is using. Because this would be a form of, circuses, man. That would be a form of, a distraction. But nonetheless, it's going to come a moment where all these things that Esau Edom is, covering, putting them under a blanket, it's going to all unfold, man, and shit's going to hit the fan. They're saying that, now, real quick, there's going to be blackouts because of the sun. The solar rays are not throwing out a lot of, heat, and, you need to expect blackouts coming up. That Russia is now threatening, America with cyber attacks to bring in a blackout on the grid. China is doing the same thing. And at the World Economic Forum, they said that a blackout may be imminent. Also, like that, blackout, will be imminent. Blackouts will be imminent, meaning it's gonna happen. And last time, before the C-19 happened, they said that a virus is gonna be it's bound to happen. And what happened a couple years later, the C-19. So hey, we're just at this time also watch the movie Leave the World Behind, a movie directed by or had involvements with the prior president of President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, right, his wife, or whatever the fuck that thing is. And yeah, that movie is about what? A cyber attack. And that with that cyber attack, they brought in what? Jacob Strobel. Shit hitting the fan. So don't get blindsided, man, for when they shall say peace and safety. I just wanted to touch up on this topic and do a land back, on what the brother had brought out. So, Lord, this has been edifying and exhorting unto the hopeful elect. With that, I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem,